Just give me a moment while I compose myself here. Ah, what a day, what a day. I'm actually grateful that right now in this moment I can reflect on a busy day, productive, did my job, rewarded myself here and there, had a good meal. Something's definitely going on with my car. Can't figure it out. So, it's not always a bad thing. It's a matter of perspective, right? I just look at it like it's just it might be just another thing, but it's another reason to wake up in the morning and take care of business. So I think of all these little things, right? Little insignificant things and the silver linings and the positivity that we can make out of the worst thing. I think that's one of the greatest gifts of humankind, of man. What's up, White Dragon? Matter of fact, you may have seen what I just walked away from. It's ongoing, and it inspired me to come on here and be very brief. This is not gonna be a long one. Hello, Warrior Mom. My early preemptive hellos to everybody because I just need to rip this one off my chest right quick. All right, if you start at the beginning of this video, I'll do the abridged version. I'm feeling blessed and grateful. I did a job. I did a great job today. Hey, Queen Survivor. I treated myself to a nice little meal on my break time. I had some laughs with people. I made the most of what a day can offer. And, with the topics we cover here, especially now that Josh is back in the mix, there's a guarantee we're going to continue to cover what I believe to be the problems, the issues, the corruption, the grotesque behavior that is so prevalent as a community or as a celebration of independent thinkers. I want to continue to focus on that. And when I go and see, and I'm not going to name names, and like I think White Dragon, you go in these circles, you're not a part of it, but like you and I, we're both observers, okay? And what I'm referring to is, as we speak right now, there's two separate panel channels, right? And hey, what's up, Mr. President? Good to have you, brother. Um, there's two panel channels. Now, I didn't go into one specific one, and I'll just allude to, it's about the squads, and we know what that refers to. There is maybe 80 people in each of these panel channels. And these panel channel formats, I was talking to Josh today about how we're going to approach, our proper format. We're going to get the whole shebang. All right, vmix. Josh knows how to work the programs, the computers. We're going to have a nice introduction, music, all the bells and whistles. All right, we have a goal, we have a focus. But when I see what I've seen, and it's been going on for, oh God, I don't know, what, 6 months now, the same people with the same beefs, and sometimes somebody gets involved or they go from observing and they leave a comment and then it gets misconstrued, or you're just immediately thrown onto one side or the other. And there's grown adults. There's about, let's say, 12 grown men and a couple of women just schoolyard bullying and talking smack about each other's mothers and deceased relatives, children, making fun of people that have been locked up that were once on YouTube. And I listen to this and it's ongoing. It's nonstop. It's a snake eating its own tail, only you can hear it instead of see it. Well, you kind of can see it because they get on their cameras. Some of them remain anonymous because they just dox and harass, cyberstalk, and bully. And I do not understand. These are all Americans. And as far near and far as I can understand, and I'm going to make an assumption, please don't nail me to the cross for making this assumption. These are country music fans, country rap music fans, every single one of them on both sides. I would assume that perhaps maybe they vote somewhat similar to how I now find myself voting as a 38-year-old man. I was a liberal until, I don't know, what? 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know. Um, with all the problems in the world, I just cannot believe that this is what this platform is being used for. And mark my words, I am no prophet, but I can see the writing on the wall. It is behavior like this. I just listened to a man articulate an entire threat. And they're going to meet up with this guy and this guy, and they're going to go and find this guy, and they're going to go handle this. They're going to find these little examples will one day be used. Maybe not specifically the ones that we are witnessing, the one on these YouTube streets. When isn't there some sort of drama? Drama is clickbait. Drama is views. And I hope that anybody that hears my voice right now in this moment, whether it be literally now or after this is recorded and done with, that you just want to embody the change you wish to see in this country. Wasting your time over petty little beefs or beefs that have gotten far too out of hand over what? Are you really going to volunteer and exhaust yourself? This is a really cheesy one because I've said this so many times, but do you want to be on your deathbed and your family is all around you, and the last thing you're thinking, the last thing you say, I guarantee it's not going to be this: I'm so glad I made that other YouTuber look like a fool. Seriously, there's so much bigger fish to fry. How about the Dalai Lama's behavior? How about that? How about the Epstein flight logs? Why don't we show the powers that be we won't let this go? How about the Twitter files that are right now the mainstream media wants to cancel the validity of Matthew Taibbi's, I'm gonna get his name wrong until Josh is here, testimony and journalistic integrity. He's done 300 pages of accuracy showing the government and the FBI have actively taken part in censoring we the people on social media, i.e., Twitter. Foolproof evidence. And they found three errors. One is one date was wrong, and something was like a apostrophe and an acronym. Okay, so nothing that questions the validity and or substance or truth. Okay, and we're talking about stuff that proves that vaccines had an adverse effect on children. All right. And we're talking about universities that published studies that would help prove such a thing, but they were censored at the request of larger powers, what Trump would perhaps call the deep state people. I don't know what else to call them. I don't know who these evil beings are within the upper echelon of power that want to control every narrative. All I know is, Soros, Bilderberg, why else did they cut Trump's live feed? Because he says some things, right? And I just cannot believe, and I don't want to believe, and I don't know. Like, there's a sick part of me. There's a sick part of our souls. There's something wrong with me. I'm going into these little panel channels, and I'm trying to say the same things I'm saying right now, from the context of being in there and trying to reach out, but they're so invested in these beefs. I can't. Somebody I very much respect, and I will not stop respecting. I'm not going to judge how anybody chooses to spend their day, but there's somebody that I know and I appreciate, who I know for a fact spent just about 18 hours of their day on a live stream. And now it's just screen sniping one another. They're watching these two channels with people with a reach, thousands upon thousands of people that would watch and listen and learn from them. That would these people could set an example. They could put real problems in front of them and try to butt heads together and come up with solutions. And instead, they're channel watching, sending lurkers into one another's little chats, and the silliest little, it's a playground. It's a bunch of elementary school, it's pre-K behavior. That's what over 200 to 400 YouTubers are doing right now with their time. Not YouTubers, Americans, voting Americans, with everything happening in our country. Before I was in the chat with the panel, I was in the Global News Network. Now, I may disagree with a lot of things, okay, regarding spirituality, religion. I don't talk about that unless I'm asked. But at least Global News Network, Lori's channel with her co-host Ernie, I believe is his name. They were talking about the problems that we're facing now that are leading to what those with spiritual eyes would call, end times. I'm not into the alarmist stuff, but I will say it feels like we're at the precipice of some dire stuff right now. I was watching another hearing because I'm keeping my eye on the prize here. I'm trying to stay educated and informed so I can do and be a better content creator, American, a better something than what I've just witnessed. And there was a Biden administration crony talking about because a Missouri Republican, two of them were asking this Biden crony why gas is so expensive. And let me tell you what this crony said. She, and I kid you not, she said that they are seeking a national average right now and she tried to blame the gas prices entirely 100% on Vladimir Putin. That's what she tried to do. Even though, what was it, 3 months ago, this wasn't the case. This was specifically the Biden administration. He axed off the pipeline and every other move, and they're actively combating our oil and gas companies time and time again. That she's sitting there trying to say under the Biden administration, they're setting a record of permits so and we're tapping into our reserves of petroleum, the Petroleum Federal Reserve or whatever, and she's talking about a national average of $6 a gallon. And meanwhile, by the way, that we have 400 grown ass men all just talking about each other and yo mama this and I'm gonna meet you there that and I'm confused and I'm scared as an American adult. It really makes me feel like a child when I am in the company of some of these people, or not so much in the company of them, but when I'm in one chat and I'm watching another, knowing that that chat is watching us, and it's so bizarre, strange, disheartening, disenfranchising. This is the kind of stuff that makes me lose hope. And that's why this channel will continue to be the I will try to embody the change I demand to see. I refuse to go into that night, okay, when that final fateful day comes and breathe that final sigh of air and just think I didn't try to do anything. We have to try. We have to face the problems that are hard to look at and have discourse and dialogue. And everything I'm seeing, the drama, sadly, it seems to call to something primitive, latent, or within every human being. Because look at all the damn views it gets. There's over 400 people engaging in this little back and forth nonsense. I thought we all got that out of our systems after middle school, high school, and all that crap. But apparently, this is where the consciousness is, and this is why the digital restriction bill, Patriot Act 2.0, all right, the misnamed, aptly titled TikTok bill. This is why it's going to pass because a stupid little draconian administration like Biden's and the bipartisan hacks on the Republican end, like Lindsey Graham, are going to use examples of people using social media and YouTube as a place to make plans of, I don't know, for lack of a better term, of harming other people, doxing other people, slandering families, and using pictures and making videos. These are going to be examples that will be back in the very faces of the people that are doing it and engaging in it. Enjoy your time right now if this is your spotlight, because you're going to be the example that the whole tree, you few bad apples, I wish I could say few, are going to be the reason why all the roots rot and we have no damn tree anymore. Respect what we have right here, right now. You have a voice, you have people that listen. Do something with that potential. Please do not engage in the mindless childish behavior because it destroys a part of my soul to believe that that's what we want to be doing right now. There's so much active information and investigating you can do with the information that's accessible to you. Please really think about what you do with your time before you find yourself just going down the rabbit hole on some childish drama over a celebrity or otherwise. And I don't know what else to say. I just ranted. Yes, guys, I I kept my eyes closed the whole time, and I just said what I needed to say that needed to come out. And let me say hello And goodbye, real quick though, Nick, Queen Survivor, Red Pill, Birthday Chat Supervisor. Damn it. Why is it when I look, I can't say Birthday Chat Supervisor Justin Roaring? Oh, you took away the wrong. Okay, good choice, Mr. President. Everybody's got channels here. Link up, network. Okay, let's all collaborate. Let's all congregate and show people how it's done. Let's show the powers that be that we can be something greater than what we are, and that we're not going to settle. Can we do that? D. Libby. I think I already said Nick. Shelby, hello. Good to see you again. By the way, gas was an issue before Putin became a pro. Yeah, that's the point. DJ Bricks in the house. That's what's up. And all right, so I'm gonna go. I guess I don't know. I played a little bit of a video game. I work a full-time job. What gets me every time is we know the YouTubers that go on constantly and they start drama or they live for the drama and they just cash in on it because of the views. People get hate watchers. I was just in a channel where there was, one of YouTube's most famous person that gets mad money from hate watching. So don't go casting stones at somebody. If you think you're doing any good by using your time and energy to just go and focus in insulting somebody on their channel by watching it, you're actually paying them. Okay. And my issue is people, and this is not across the board to everybody, unless they're doing something positive with their time on here. But those that do not have a job and literally just hit the live button and do something like I'm doing right now and say, this is my living. This is how I feed my family or myself. Come on now. Like, look in the mirror, be honest with yourself. And if you are going to sacrifice your life's blood and whatever ethic you would be utilizing while working, and putting it into YouTube, I would hope you would be trying to set a better example for yourself, your family, and your fellow Americans, your neighbors, those of us that have a voice, those of us that don't. And yeah, I'm just I'm out. I'm done tonight. That was I don't I'm gonna have to regulate how I personally choose to observe this. I can't help from within. It doesn't do anything. They're lost, and I hope maybe one of them, some of them, any of them, or none of them. At least there's some of you that understand what I'm trying to say here, that there's something we can actually accomplish. All we have to do is recognize it and stop doing little distractionary nonsense, because that way, every single person that has been in power and laughed at us as we struggle every day, as we did during the lockdowns while they played rules for thee but not for me. That was a great example. Remember it. Remember it every day when you get up to go and fight your daily battle, and be better than what you see. Don't monkey see, monkey do. Okay? We're going to set a new example. Good night. I'm going.